Welcome to AI Horizons, the podcast where we explore the limitless possibilities of artificial intelligence. Each episode takes you on a deep dive into cutting-edge developments, groundbreaking technologies, and the fascinating perspectives shaping the future of AI. Whether you're an enthusiast, a professional, or simply curious about the impact of AI on our world, join us as we uncover the innovations driving this ever-evolving field. Get ready to expand your horizons.
All right, strap in, everybody. Today we're tackling a question that's been on a lot of people's minds lately.
A big one.
A really, really big one. And honestly, it kind of blows my mind every time I think about it.
Same here.
How close are we to creating true artificial general intelligence? You know,
The real deal.
like not just an AI that's really good at chess or writing marketing copy.
Yeah, more than just narrow AI.
Right.
We're
right.
talking about AI that can actually think
Think, learn, adapt.
like a human being.
That's the key.
It is.
That whole human-like aspect.
It's fascinating, right? Because it's been a question that's been around for decades.
Oh yeah, like in sci-fi and stuff?
Exactly. Sci-fi fans, scientists.
But what's really interesting to me is that even the definition of AGI,
It's evolving.
yeah, it's not just about performing tasks anymore.
Oh, it's deeper.
It's about adaptability, real understanding,
like true comprehension.
and being able to learn and reason in all sorts of different situations,
Gosh, the board.
just like we do. So it's way more nuanced than just saying, can this AI beat a human at Jeopardy?
Oh, absolutely.
Talking about different levels of cognitive ability.
Different levels, yeah.
Right, like different tiers of intelligence.
You got it.
Okay, so picture this. An AI that can debate philosophy, write a screenplay,
Wow.
maybe even design a scientific experiment,
Yeah.
all without needing specific instructions for each task.
Without hand-holding.
Boom, game changer.
Right.
Cool.
Game changer.
But to get there, we need to figure out what actually makes up that intelligence.
The ingredients.
Yeah, like what would the brain of an AGI even look like?
That's the question, isn't it?
It's kind of a wild thought.
Well, just like our brains have different components that work together.
For parts, yeah.
An AGI would probably need something similar.
Okay, I'm following.
We're talking perception, memory, reasoning,
Makes sense.
even a form of metacognition.
Hold on, meta what?
Metacognition, it's like the ability to be aware of your own thinking process.
Whoa, AI self-awareness.
That's the idea.
Now that sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
It does, doesn't it?
But I guess if we're aiming for human-like intelligence, self-reflection's got to be part of it, right?
It's a big part of it, yeah.
Okay, let's break these components down one by one.
Sounds good.
First up, perception. AI is already pretty good at understanding language.
Oh yeah, natural language processing is coming a long way.
But how does that fit into this bigger picture of AGI?
Well, think about it. Natural language processing, it's a crucial foundation, right?
Sure.
But AGI needs to go beyond just text.
Beyond words on a page.
Exactly. Think about how you experience the world. You're not just reading.
I'm seeing things.
Yeah, seeing images,
Hearing sounds.
processing information from all your senses.
It's multisensory.
Multisensory, exactly. AGI needs that same kind of input.
Like a more holistic view.
Yeah, researchers call it multimodal model.
Multimodal. Got it. So instead of just processing text,
It's about taking in everything.
images, videos, audio,
It's a whole shebang.
to give the AI a richer understanding of the world.
Precisely.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Right.
But just perceiving information isn't enough.
No, it's not the end goal.
Right. An AGI would have to actually do something with that information.
It has to process it, use it.
Enter the reasoning component.
Reasoning, that's where the magic happens.
And this is where it gets really interesting for me.
Oh, tell me about it.
Because we're not just talking about an AI that follows instructions.
Yeah.
True AGI would need to plan, make decisions.
And adapt to new situations without needing constant retraining.
Whoa.
Right.
So it's not just about mimicking human behavior.
No, it's deeper than that.
It's about having an internal process that actually resembles human thought.
Exactly.
How do researchers even begin to approach that?
It's a tough one.
It's got to be a huge challenge.
It is, but researchers are working on AI models
Okay.
that can reason logically.
Like think things through.
Yeah, identify inconsistencies in their own thinking.
Whoa, they can catch their own errors.
In a way, yeah. And they can even refine their conclusions based on new information.
So they're constantly learning and adapting.
Exactly. It's almost like giving the AI its own internal thought process.
That's pretty mind-blowing. But to do all of that, It would need a way to store information,
You got it.
to learn from past experiences.
A memory bank.
Right, which brings us to the memory component.
Memory is key.
But we're not just talking about a simple hard drive here, are we?
Oh, no. This isn't your average computer memory.
Okay, so what are we talking about then?
We're talking about memory that's designed for learning and making future decisions.
So it's not just storage, it's active.
Very active. Imagine something called hierarchical memory,
Hierarchical memory.
where information is organized in a way that allows for efficient retrieval.
So it can easily access what it needs.
Yes, and integrate it with its reasoning abilities.
So it's all connected.
All interconnected. It's like how we recall past experiences to inform our choices.
Or learn from our mistakes.
Exactly, only much, much faster.
Okay, this is getting complex.
It is, a bit.
But I'm loving it.
Me too.
Okay, so we've got perception, reasoning, memory, all working together.
The building blocks.
But we can't forget about connecting that brain to the real world.
Right, it can't just exist in a vacuum.
Exactly. So what would that look like for an AGI?
Well, there are two main aspects to think about.
Okay, lay it on me.
Digital interfaces and physical interfaces.
Digital and physical. Got it.
On the digital side, imagine AGI using something like APIs.
APIs. Like the things developers use.
Exactly, to access information online.
So it can do research.
Conduct research, constantly update its knowledge.
Just like giving the AGI keys to the internet.
In a way, yes.
That's both amazing and terrifying.
I know, right?
It could learn and evolve at an incredible pace.
Oh, absolutely. The possibilities are mind-boggling.
Okay, but what about the physical world?
Uh,
How would an AGI interact with actual objects and environments?
That's where robotics comes in.
Robotics and AI working together.
A powerful combination. Imagine giving instructions to a robot as naturally as you'd talk to a person.
Wow.
We're getting closer to that reality.
That's both exciting and a little unsettling.
I hear you.
I mean, we're talking about AI that can learn, reason, and interact with the world.
We are.
Which brings us to that big question.
The elephant in the room.
Yeah, the one everyone's thinking about.
Right.
As AI gets smarter, how do we make sure it's on our side?
The alignment problem.
It's like that classic sci-fi fear.
Oh, yeah.
The AI that becomes too smart and turns against us.
It might sound like science fiction.
I mean, it's in all the movies.
Right. But it's a very real concern.
Researchers are actually worried about this.
Absolutely. They're actively working to address the alignment problem.
Because if we create something potentially more intelligent than ourselves,
We need to make sure it's working with us.
not against us.
Ex-
Okay, so how do we do that? How do we ensure that as AI evolves, it shares our values and goals?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It seems impossible.
Well, researchers are exploring all sorts of approaches.
Like what?
One promising area is something called reinforcement learning from human feedback.
Reinforcement learning from human feedback. That's a mouthful. What does it mean?
It means the AI learns from our preferences
Like we show it what we like,
and what we don't like.
and it adjusts its behavior accordingly.
Exactly. It's about teaching AI what we value,
Our ethics, morals,
what we consider ethical, yeah.
and making sure it incorporates those values into its decision-making.
Precisely.
So it's like we're showing the AI what good behavior looks like,
In a way, yes.
hoping it picks up on those cues.
And integrates them into its core programming.
Okay, interesting. But even if we solve the alignment problem,
Even if we do.
how do we even know when we've achieved true AGI?
That's another big one.
Is there like a test
Well, there's the Turing test.
where the AI has to convince a human it's also human?
Right.
I've heard of that one.
It's a good starting point,
But
but it's not enough anymore.
we need something more
We're robust.
thoroughly test for AGI.
What kind of tests are we talking about?
Well, we need benchmarks that assess real-world problem solving,
Okay.
adaptability, creativity,
Those are big ones.
and even things like empathy.
Empathy for an AI.
It's a consideration,
Yeah.
especially if we want AGI to truly understand human experience
I'm seeing that.
and social intelligence.
Wow. So it's not just about what the AI can do.
No, it's bigger than that.
It's about how it interacts with the world
Exactly.
and how we as humans perceive its intelligence.
You got it.
Fascinating. This is really making me think.
That's the goal.
It's like, it's not just about tasks and capabilities anymore.
It's about something more fundamental,
It's about creating an AI that not only meets our needs,
but does so in a way.
that aligns with our values.
Right. And enhances our lives rather than disrupting them. You hit the nail on the head. Okay, that's a lot of theory, though.
It is.
Are there any real-world examples that show we're making progress toward AGI?
Oh, absolutely. There are some amazing developments happening right now.
Like what?
Well, take AlphaFold, for instance.
AlphaFold. I think I've heard of that.
It's an AI system that predicts the 3D structure of proteins,
Proteins.
the building blocks of life,
Oh, wow.
and it does it with incredible accuracy. This is revolutionizing drug discovery.
Drugs, like medicine.
Exactly. And it's deepening our understanding of diseases.
All thanks to AI.
All thanks to AI.
Wait, I have heard of AlphaFold.
Have you?
Yeah, like it cracked a code that scientists have been struggling with for decades.
It's a huge breakthrough.
That's incredible.
It is.
What about other examples?
Oh, there are so many. There's Sora, a new AI that can generate a minute of high-fidelity video from just a text prompt.
Wait, seriously?
Seriously?
It can create video from text.
Just like that.
That's mind-blowing.
It is pretty wild, right? Makes you wonder what other creative frontiers AI could unlock.
Seriously, it's like...
It's a whole new world of possibilities.
Okay, so we've got AI solving these complex scientific problems, creating stunning visuals.
What else?
What about the world of coding?
Ah, coding.
Is AI changing how software is developed?
Definitely. Systems like Codex are already making waves.
Codex, what's that?
It can generate code, revise code,
With like a programmer?
like a super-powered programmer, yeah.
Okay,
It can even optimize code,
making it better.
making it more efficient, faster, yeah.
So it's like having an AI coding buddy.
Exactly.
That's pretty amazing.
It is. It's changing the game.
Okay, but with all these advancements, where do researchers stand on how close we are to actual AGI?
That's the big question.
The ultimate goal.
And the opinions are all over the map.
Really?
Some believe AGI is just around the corner,
Man.
while others think it's decades away.
That's a pretty big difference of opinion.
It is. And there's even debate about whether our current approaches...
Like neural networks.
Yeah, neural networks, deep learning, those kinds of things.
Right.
Whether those are even the right path to AGI.
So we might be on the wrong track.
It's possible.
Yo, this is getting more and more complex.
It's a complex field, for sure.
But it's so fascinating.
Absolutely. And it's rapidly evolving.
So no one really knows for sure.
That's part of the excitement.
So it sounds like we're in for a wild ride.
Buckle up.
What are some of the key challenges researchers are facing right now?
Well, one of the biggest hurdles is teaching AI common sense.
Common sense?
The stuff we humans take for granted, like
like
knowing that a cat can't fit into a teacup.
that's common sense.
For us, yes. But for an AI, that might require explicit instructions.
What object sizes, spatial relationships.
Exact.
It's like we instinctively know these things.
But AI doesn't have those instincts.
Interesting. What other challenges are there?
Well, there's the whole issue of safety.
Safety, like the AI becoming dangerous.
It's a possibility. As AI becomes more powerful,
Right.
we need to develop really robust mechanisms to prevent unintended consequences
So it doesn't go rogue.
and to ensure that AI remains under human control,
Especially in sensitive areas.
like autonomous weapons systems.
That's a scary thought.
It is. It's
What?
something we need to be very careful about.
Okay, so we're talking about common sense,
Mm.
safety,
The big ones.
anything else.
Well, there's the ethical dimension.
Ethics.
As AI takes on more and more tasks,
Right.
what happens to human employment?
People lose their jobs.
Potentially. It's something we need to think about.
What about our social structures, the way we live?
AI could disrupt everything.
Whoa.
It's a powerful force.
It's like we're entering uncharted territory.
We are, in many ways,
And we need to be really careful,
to make sure AI benefits humanity.
not the other way around.
Exactly.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground already.
We have.
From the basic components of AGI to these mind-blowing real-world advancements.
It's a lot to process.
It's clear that this is a topic with immense complexity
It is.
and profound implications for our future.
Absolutely. It's something we all need to be thinking about.
For sure. And as we delve deeper into this world of AGI,
It's important to remember that it's not just about technological advancements.
there's more to it.
It's about what we as humans want to achieve with this technology.
Our goals, our values,
Exactly.
and how we make sure it remains a tool for good,
A tool for good.
not something that gets out of control.
Right. It's about shaping our future consciously and responsibly.
Okay, that's a powerful message.
It's something I feel very strongly about.
I can tell. And for all of you listening out there, this is just the beginning of the conversation.
It is.
As AI continues to evolve,
And it will.
it's important to stay informed,
Keep learning.
engage in thoughtful discussions,
Don't be afraid to ask questions.
and make sure that this incredibly powerful technology
That's these game-changing technology.
is used to create a world that we can all be proud of.
A world that benefits everyone.
Okay, that's a perfect place to wrap up this first part of our deep dive.
Sounds good.
We've explored the science, the challenges, the ethical considerations,
The possibilities.
and those mind-blowing applications that are already changing our world.
It's an exciting time.
It is. But before we get ahead of ourselves, we're going to take a quick break.
A chance to catch our breath.
When we come back, we'll be diving even deeper into the world of AGI, exploring the cutting-edge research and those mind-boggling possibilities that lie ahead.
I can't wait.
Me neither. So stick around, folks. We'll be back in a flash.
It really is amazing to see how far we've come with AI.
It's mind-blowing.
And it makes you wonder, where do we go from here?
Exactly. Like, what's next?
Well, one area that I think is particularly fascinating is the idea of AGI working collaboratively.
Collaborative AGI. Now, that sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
It does, doesn't it? But researchers are actually exploring this concept.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's called AI to AI interfaces.
AI to AI interfaces. Okay, so what does that even mean?
Imagine like different AI models, each with their own strengths and expertise,
Okay.
and they can communicate with each other.
Like share information.
Share information, teach each other, even merge their knowledge together.
So it's not just one super intelligent AI, it's like a network of AIs working together.
Exactly, a network of intelligence.
Whoa, that's wild. What could we even achieve with that kind of collaborative intelligence?
The possibilities are really limitless. I mean, imagine tackling these huge challenges that we face as a species.
Like climate change.
Climate change, disease, poverty.
AI working together to solve those problems.
It's a powerful thought, isn't it?
It is, but it also raises a lot of questions for me.
Oh, absolutely.
Like all this research and development, it sounds incredibly expensive.
It can be, for sure.
So is AGI development only for giant tech companies with tons of money?
That's a common misconception.
Really?
There's a growing movement towards something called decentralized AI.
Decentralized AI, what's that?
So instead of having all the computing power concentrated in one place,
Like a giant data center.
exactly, you distribute it across a network.
So you're talking about a bunch of smaller computers all over the world, all working together?
Precisely. That's interesting.
And it has a lot of potential benefits.
Like what?
Well, for one, it could make AGI research more accessible
More accessible to who?
to smaller organizations, universities, independent researchers.
So it's not just a game for the big players.
Exactly. It levels the playing field.
That's cool.
What else?
It could also foster more transparency and collaboration within the AI community.
Because everyone's working together.
Sharing resources, sharing knowledge.
It's like the open source movement, but for AI development.
I like that analogy.
So you're telling me that we could see AGI being developed not just in Silicon Valley,
Right.
but in labs and universities all over the world.
It's definitely a possibility.
This is really exciting. It makes me think about something we talked about earlier.
What's that?
Those specialized AI chips that are getting more and more powerful.
Oh, yeah. The hardware side of things.
Could those chips play a role in this decentralized approach?
Absolutely. As hardware continues to evolve,
Right.
it becomes easier to distribute that computing power.
Makes sense. Okay, so we've got these powerful new AI chips, a growing movement towards decentralized computing.
The pieces are starting to come together,
But let's not forget about the most important ingredient,
which is,
data.
data, the fuel of the AI engine.
AI needs massive amounts of data to learn and improve.
You got it.
So where's all that data coming from?
Well, there are a few key sources.
Okay, I'm all ears.
First, there's the internet, of course.
The internet, the ultimate data gold mine.
It's a vast ocean of information.
Text, images, videos, everything.
All of it.
It's like giving AI access to the collective knowledge of humanity.
In a way, yes.
That's amazing. But what about data from the real world?
Real-world data.
Yeah.
That's becoming increasingly important.
Because AI needs to understand the physical world.
Exactly. We're talking about data from sensors, cameras.
Like the ones in self-driving cars.
Exactly. They need all that data to navigate safely.
Makes sense. So it's not just digital information. It's also about giving AI a taste of reality.
The sights, the sounds, the physical interactions.
Okay, but with all this data being collected, it makes me think about security.
Security is paramount, for sure.
How do we ensure that all this data is protected?
It's a constant challenge.
Because it's a valuable asset.
Extremely valuable. And there are people out there who would love to get their hands on it.
Hackers, cybercriminals.
We need to be one step ahead.
So it's like a constant arms race.
In a way, yes. But it's not just about protecting data from malicious actors.
Right.
It's also about using it responsibly.
Ethical considerations.
Exactly. Researchers are developing ethical guidelines for data collection, storage, and usage.
So we're not just gathering data for the sake of gathering data.
We need to be mindful of the implications.
Okay, it sounds like we're taking steps in the right direction.
I think we are.
But sometimes it feels like AI is evolving faster than our ability to understand it.
I hear you. It's a powerful technology.
How can we bridge that gap?
Yeah.
How do we ensure that AGI development aligns with human values and aspirations?
That's the question of our time, isn't it? I think it comes down to open and honest conversations
Conversations about what?
about the implications of AI, the potential risks and benefits.
Who needs to be part of those conversations?
Everyone. Ethicists, policymakers, the public.
So it's not just a conversation for scientists and engineers.
Absolutely not. This is a societal issue, a human issue.
Okay, that makes sense.
We need to make sure that AGI development is guided by human values.
And serves the greater good.
Exactly. It's not just about building smarter machines
It's about building a better future.
for everyone.
All right, so we're talking about collaborative AGI, decentralized research, the ethical use of data, and engaging the public.
Those are the key pillars.
It's a lot to take in,
It is.
but it paints a pretty exciting picture of the future.
It does, doesn't it? The possibilities are truly mind-boggling,
I'm feeling cautiously optimistic.
as we should be. This is a powerful technology with the potential to change the world.
For better or for worse.
Exactly. It all depends on the choices we make.
So as we continue this deep dive into AGI,
We need to remember
Lex.
that it's not just about technological advancements.
Right.
It's about building a future that benefits all of humanity.
Okay, I love that. We're going to take a quick break,
That's good.
but when we come back, we'll be exploring some of the mind-blowing applications of AI that are already starting to reshape our world.
From healthcare to entertainment to the way we work and live,
AI is leaving its mark
get ready for a wild ride.
because things are about to get even more interesting. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground talking about AGI, the ethics, the potential, even the nuts and bolts of how it might all work.
The building blocks,
But now let's talk about what it can actually do.
the real world stuff.
Right, like how is AI already changing the game in different industries?
Healthcare, entertainment, even things like transportation and manufacturing.
It's like we're on the verge of a whole new era.
We are. It's pretty incredible.
Okay, so first up, healthcare. I've heard a lot about AI being used in medicine, but I'm curious to get your take on it.
Well, one of the most promising areas is diagnostics.
Diagnosing diseases.
Exactly. AI can analyze medical images like X-rays and scans and detect patterns that human doctors might miss,
So it can catch things earlier.
potentially much earlier, which can be life-saving.
Wow, and it can help develop personalized treatment plans too, right?
Absolutely. AI can analyze a patient's genetic information, their medical history, even their lifestyle.
To create a treatment plan that's tailored to their specific needs.
Precisely. It's like having a medical expert who knows everything about you, working around the clock to keep you healthy.
That's amazing, but what about people who don't have access to all that fancy technology?
That's where AI can really make a difference.
How so?
Imagine AI-powered diagnostic tools that can be used in remote areas or developing countries.
Places where there aren't enough doctors or specialists.
Exactly. It's like bringing world-class healthcare to everyone, regardless of where they live.
That's really powerful. Okay, healthcare is obviously a huge area, but what about entertainment? I'm curious to see how AI is shaking things up there.
Oh, get ready for some fun. We're talking about AI generating super realistic visual effects for movies.
I've seen some of that. It's insane.
Right. And it can compose original music that's tailored to your personal taste.
No way. AI composing music. That's crazy.
It's happening, and it's getting really good. And we're talking about video games that adapt to your playing style.
So the game changes based on how you're playing.
It's like having a personalized entertainment experience that evolves with you.
I'm sold. Okay, entertainment is one thing, but what about the real world? Like self-driving cars. Are we actually getting closer to a future where AI is behind the wheel?
Closer than you might think. Self-driving technology has made incredible progress in the last few years.
Yeah, I've seen those cars on the road, but I'm still a little nervous about them.
I understand it's a big change, but self-driving cars have the potential to be much safer than human drivers.
Because they don't get distracted or tired.
Exactly. They can react faster and make better decisions in critical situations.
Okay, I'm starting to see the appeal, and it would free up so much time I could finally catch up on all those podcasts.
Exactly. So we've talked about healthcare, entertainment, transportation. What about manufacturing? How's AI changing the factory floor?
I'm all ears.
AI is revolutionizing manufacturing on so many levels. We're talking about robots that can work alongside humans.
Like collaborative robots, I've heard of those.
They can handle dangerous or repetitive tasks,
Yeah.
freeing up human workers to focus on more complex and creative jobs.
So it's not about replacing jobs, it's about changing the nature of work.
Exactly. And AI can optimize supply chains, predict maintenance needs, even design new products.
It's like a whole new era of efficiency and innovation.
And it's just the beginning. As AI continues to evolve, we can expect even more dramatic transformations in manufacturing.
Okay, so we've talked about how AI is changing all these different industries, but let's zoom out for a second. What does all this mean for society as a whole?
That's the big question, isn't it? The rise of AI is a fundamental shift, and it's going to impact every aspect of our lives.
Our jobs, our relationships, our very sense of what it means to be human.
It's both exciting and a little bit scary, all at the same time.
Definitely a mix of emotions.
Yeah.
But one thing's for sure, we can't ignore it.
AI is here to stay.
And it's up to us to shape its development in a way that benefits all of humanity.
I couldn't agree more. This is a collective responsibility, and we all need to be part of the conversation.
So for everyone listening out there, take this as a call to action.
Get informed, get engaged, and let's work together to create a future where AI empowers us all.
That's a great message to end on. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AGI.
It's been a pleasure.
We've explored the science, the challenges, the ethical considerations, and the amazing possibilities that lie ahead.
It's a journey that's just getting started.
And we can't wait to see what the future holds. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep asking those big questions.